Yo, what's going on, Overlords? It's your boy, the DFS Overlord, back again with another video. Today is Thursday, February the 2nd. We are on Prizepicks. We're going to be looking at 3 NBA player props that I like for today. First and foremost, let's do a little recap of yesterday. As you know, I had Rudy Gobert, Keegan Murray, and Jakob Poeltl for their player props. Now, Rudy Gobert ended up getting ruled out early, so he did not play. So that prop was eliminated, so you didn't have to worry about that one. Now, Jakob Poeltl, he did what he was supposed to do. He got the over on his 10.5 points. He ended up having like 18. However, Keegan Murray, I don't know what he did. His boards were great. He had 7 rebounds. His shooting was horrible. He only had 2 points, and I believe they came from the free throw line. He had 0 field goals made, so he did not get over that 17.5 points in rebounds. But, that's just the type of variance you got to deal with when you're betting these type of player props. They don't always hit. But today, like I said, February 2nd, I got 3 player props coming your way. Now, first and foremost, we're going to look at Jrue Holiday here. So the Milwaukee Bucks are going against the Clippers. The Milwaukee Bucks are at home, and I like Jrue Holiday today, man. I like to go for his points, rebounds, and assists over 31.5, and let me tell you why. So as you see, he's only been over this number once in the last 5 games, but we're not going to worry about that. For the season, Jrue Holiday is averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Now, if you go to his game log for his points, as you can see, he goes into the 20s. I'll say a lot. I mean, in the last 5 games, he's only gone there twice. He averages 17.8 over the last games. But if you look at his deeper game logs, Jrue Holiday can score 25 points alone. And I feel like with Giannis and Middleton being like the prime 2 guys, and you have Kawhi and PG on the other side, which they're defensive guys, I feel like they're going to be tied up defending Giannis and Middleton, which is going to allow Holiday to, delegate more. He's going to be able to roam a little bit more, maybe do a little bit more scoring. And as far as the boards are concerned, you see they have him listed as at 5.5. Look at this. His last game, he had 13 boards against Charlotte. And if you look at the stats, Charlotte really isn't no slouch when it comes to rebounds. And also, too, Zach LaVine had 11 rebounds against this same Clippers team on Tuesday, and Zach LaVine isn't even a rebound guy. So I feel like Jrue Holiday can score his points. He can get 7 or 8 rebounds, or even 6 will be decent. And if he gets his regular 7 assists, that he's averaging, we see that he can get upwards of 8, 9 assists right here. And like I said, he'll have the ball in his hands. He'll be dishing it out. His assist numbers are always decent. I feel like this 31.5 prop for his points, rebounds, and assists, he can go over that, I feel. So our next player prop that we're going to be looking at is going to be coming from the king himself, LeBron James. And I'm going to be targeting his assist against the Indiana Pacers. I believe the Indiana Pacers are at home, and Indiana is giving up the 4th worst assist rate in the league. And I feel like with Anthony Davis just coming back, I feel like LeBron is going to be more that pass first floor general, still trying to get AD in the mix, get him involved, and get everybody in the mix. That's what LeBron James does. He's a passer. Now, if you look at his assist numbers, he's been averaging 8.2 assists over his last 3. I believe this is the game that Anthony Davis came back against the San Antonio Spurs, and this is the narrative that I just said right here. 11 assists, 8 assists against Boston, 11 assists against New York. When you see these games right here where AD, I believe he wasn't in this Clippers game, and in this Portland game, these are the games where LeBron is doing more of the scoring, so he's not able to delegate, like he can. But with AD back, the Lakers are about as healthy as I can remember. I like for LeBron to be more of a passer. And let's be honest, the Lakers never blow anybody out. I think it's only been one game I've seen that LeBron didn't play the majority of the 4th because they had a lead. The Lakers don't blow anybody out. So I like LeBron to play mid 30s minutes all the way down. I'm not saying it's going to come down to the wire and be a tight game, but he should play the fourth. He should play about 35, 36 minutes. More than enough time for him to get 8 assists at least. We're going to go over this 7.5 number for LeBron James to get 8 assists tonight against the Indiana Pacers. And last but not least, we're going to go back to that Milwaukee and Clippers game, and we're going to look at our good friend, the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. Now, I also want to target Kawhi Leonard's points, rebounds, and assists against Milwaukee, and I'll tell you why. Kawhi Leonard has been on a tear the last few games. I mean, he is in great form. He's been averaging 29.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.4 assists a game. And as far as Milwaukee and their defense, I know last season and seasons past, when you think about Milwaukee, you think about Giannis, you think about them being like a very disciplined defensive juggernaut type of team. It hasn't really been like that this season. I mean, just their last game, you had LaMelo Ball go over 48 points, rebounds, and assists. And I know he plays a different position than PG. His role is different, on his team than Kawhi's. However, I wouldn't have taken LaMelo Ball to get over 40 points, rebounds, and assists against Milwaukee. Just again, thinking about what Milwaukee kind of used to be. If he can get over 48 points, rebounds, and assists, I feel like Kawhi Leonard should be able to do it. You see, they got his points set at 27.5. Like I said, 29.4 over his last 5. I mean, his rebound numbers, he has 6.6 rebounds. I think LaMelo had double figures in rebounds against the Milwaukee Bucks. Matter of fact, he had a triple-double in the last game. And one thing too, I would also look, I see right now Prizepicks doesn't have it on here, but I'd be interested to see what they're going to have his fantasy score at. I would also look to Kawhi Leonard's fantasy score because whenever you think about doing points, rebounds, and assists versus picking somebody's fantasy score, it all comes down to blocks and steals. And although they don't have his blocks and steals listed on here, I can tell you that Kawhi Leonard's last game, he had 5 steals and 2 blocks. 3 games ago, he had 2 blocks and 2 steals. I looked up and down his game log for the last 15 games, and he's had at least 1 steal and multiple games with 2 or more steals in the past 13 games. Now, steals give you 3 points when it comes to Prizepicks, how they calculate their fantasy points. So the only thing about fantasy points too, you got to worry about turnovers. If you get a turnover, that's -1. But I mean, say if he gets a total of 3 steals and blocks, 2 steals, 1 block, that's 9 points towards a fantasy score. I'm sure he'll probably turn the ball over. Even if he turns the ball over 3 times, that's still 6 points towards a fantasy score. So you see they have this points, rebounds, and assists over here at 38.5. If I look later on and I see that they have the fantasy score around a 45 or 46, I'm not sure about the number of blocks and steals that Milwaukee allows on an average basis, but we're talking about the Claw here. He's a superstar. He should be able to get in there and do something. Like I said, even if he gets 1 block, 1 steal, that's 6 points towards his fantasy line. He doesn't really turn the ball over much. But in any event, I like him for more than this 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. As you see, if you put a dub on that, you get 100. So yeah, man, this is what we are rolling with on today's card. I like Jrue Holiday, points, rebounds, and assists more than 31.5. We're going with the King to get at least 8 assists against the Indiana Pacers, and we are going for the Claw to get 39, at least 39 points, rebounds, and assists. But we are going to check out that fantasy score a little later to see if maybe that's what we want to do instead. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did find this useful, go ahead and throw me a like, and please subscribe to this channel, man. I'm gonna be trying to drop videos daily, giving you guys my favorite player props. Subscribe, click the bell so you know when it's notified. I'm trying to get these things uploaded earlier in the day so you can lock these plays in before these lines change. So with that being said, happy betting, everyone. Let's cash and get that money.